Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So in this video we're going to be looking at the new dual cart from Evercade, Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. This is going to be collection number 42 from the red label, the console collections on Evercade, and this will be the final cart released in 2024. Has it been worth the wait? Is it going to be one of the better ones yet? Let's find out. Okay guys, so this is Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. Now both of these are from Magaizine software. This is collection number 42 as I said, so I've got the two games mentioned on the back, so that is a nice addition. We've got two indie thrillers from Magaizine software, and there's some crazy blurb on these games. Now this game, Metal Dragon's a little bit like Mercs, and we got Life on Mars is kind of a Metroidvania style game with a Metal Gear Solid sort of introduction type of thing. Obviously it completely stole some of that, but anyway, let's have a look at the details. We've got something else in the box here. Oh, let's look at the cart first. I think we've got some sort of poster in the box here, which is nice. So another freebie. We've had stickers in the last few collections, and now we have a poster. So yeah, we got a Metal Dragon poster, which is actually really nice, on one side from Magaizine software, and on the other side it's basically Life on Mars. That's very nice. We've got some posters and goodies in all of these collections. It would be nice if this was included in every collection. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the manual before we play the games. We've got a little bit there about Metal Dragon. You can clearly see the graphics that have been obviously stolen from Metal Gear Solid a little bit. Quite a lot of detail, which you'd probably expect in these dual carts. There's plenty of stuff that can fill up the manual with two games, so plenty of help there if you need it. And obviously you want to turn over, we need to switch over the other way. We've got the information about Life on Mars. And there's also a sequel, or I'm not sure if it was a sequel or a prequel, which was Life on Earth. I'm kind of surprised they didn't add this to the collection as well and have a 3-game cart, but maybe that'll be something that we'll see in future collections. So there's a lot of help here about that game. Anyway guys, let's have a look at this on the EXP, then we'll play it on the VS. So glad to see that both games work excellent on the EXP or the EXPR. They also work on the Super Pocket as well, so if you're interested in them for that, they should be absolutely fine. Just a little bit smaller and squashed up, but they are fine. Oh. I can basically hold down the button. I don't know why I'm constantly pressing like a madman. But yeah, it's very arcadey, so it would be ideal for your Evercade Alpha. So we're going to start with Life on Mars. Now they're both Genesis games, but Life on Mars actually started out as an MSX game, so that was the 8-bit version. We now have the Genesis version, 16-bit version on Evercade. There is also a version on Steam, I think, which sells for about $13.99, and you can also buy this physically for about 60 quid, which is insane. So we might have something of a bargain. Just take note of the controls there. You won't have all the control right away, you'll develop that throughout the game. But what I'm going to do now is let the intro play, and I'll leave chapters in if you want to skip by that and get to the gameplay. Okay, let's get started with the gameplay. Clearly it's a rip-off of Metroid games from the NES and SNES days, but at least it's done really well. I love the effects here, and the sound is great. The atmosphere is really well done. So right away you can clearly see it's a high quality, very professionally done computer game on the Genesis / Mega Drive. Yeah, and you can actually only fire diagonally up. You can't fire diagonally down the way, which is a bit of a pain, but it sort of helps later on when you get grenades, so you can then use that to fire down the way to enemies that are maybe sort of hovering below you, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, so right away you probably want to dodge a lot of the enemies at the start because you're a little bit susceptible to a lot of damage, and the enemies just keep on coming and respawning. So at this stage you're probably better off just avoiding as many of the enemies as possible till you get to the checkpoint. Now the enemies will drop cells and energy cells as well to obviously replenish your shields. You can see at the top of the screen there you've got the green shield. That is quite vulnerable early on, so you may want to be wary of that. There's plenty of health replenishments throughout the stages, and I said the enemies do drop shields and cells. The cells you use to upgrade your weapons and shield throughout the game using the sort of computers that you find. But as I said, the enemies just respawn, so unless you're actually trying to collect loads of cells to upgrade your weapons, you might as well try to avoid some of them. They can be an absolute pain. But yeah, it does start pretty tough. As I said, the best tip I can think of is just try your best to outrun them all. If you try and gun everything down, you're probably not going to last and you will die instantly. So you can come back and do that once you get some upgrades, and you will get told that throughout the game. If you're at a stage or at a level where you're not ready for it, the game will actually tell you. There are some parts where you can't reach because you need the double jump. You can upgrade that at some points through the game. You can also upgrade your weapons to grenades and flamethrowers, which are pretty cool. But overall, I think this game is fantastic. I think it's really well designed. Lots of nice touches. Yes, it's a total rip-off of the Metroid style games, but at least they've done it quite well. It'll be a little bit of an exploration fest, I guess, which Metroidvanias are like. You'll get a lot of upgrades, you will meet a lot of different bosses, but I'm absolutely loving how well this game is, and I'm looking forward to playing through it. I think it will probably take about 4 to 5 hours to complete, as far as I can tell. I think there is a walkthrough on YouTube which took about 3 hours, but I'm guessing realistically it will probably take you a little bit longer to actually finish the game. Obviously it's not huge, but it's still a really decent quality game, and I absolutely loved playing through it. Although those bosses are a little bit tricky, but once you sort of learn their moves, you will probably gather there is an easier way to complete some of those bosses. But anyway, an excellent game, definitely from the top drawer.
Obstacle detected in work area. Remove.
moving on to Metal Dragon, this is a very different game to Life on Mars. This is more like a Mercs meets Commando action arcadey style game. It's just all out action mayhem, and just be warned, there are a lot of bad language throughout the text in the game. The game itself is fine, but lots of bad language, so be warned, if you don't want to read it, maybe skip some of the text sequences. Now, I'll leave the intro as well in this game, and if you want to skip, I'll put in chapters so you can do so. So there's no doubt that these sections are a complete rip-off of Metal Gear Solid. Even the names that are used are completely out of those games, obviously changed a little bit, but don't take them too seriously. It's a lot of tongue-in-cheek, they're really just having a bit of a laugh. It does seem a little bit childish, right enough. Some of the language used probably seems a little bit unnecessary. Tons of F-bombs, lots of sexual innuendo that just seems a little bit out of place, but it is what it is. It made me laugh just a little bit, but at the same time, it did feel a little bit out of place. But anyway, if you want to skip past them, feel free to do so. You can just press the start button and you can start the game and just ignore the pointless story that is going on. So at the start of the game, you've got the choice of 4 different settings. You've got the easiest setting, which I'm playing through now, or the hardest setting, which is called Nuts, and you'll be doing well to last longer than 20 seconds on that setting, which I have tried at the end of the video if you want a bit of a laugh. But anyway, I thought I'd try the easy setting so we can get some gameplay in and we can actually see what this game has to offer. You can see it's quite clearly a little bit like Commando meets Mercs. It feels a bit like a Commando Rambo style game. It never lets up, the enemies just keep on respawning, so I probably wouldn't linger about. It's probably not the best tactic. I'm not sure how I'm playing the game as well as the best tactic, but it is what it is. I was just wanting to sort of rush through it and have an absolute blast, in which I did. I think it's great fun. You can pick up different weapons as you go as well, from rocket launchers to machine guns to shotguns as well. There's lots of health packs as well. So it's not quite like Commando where it's one hit and you're dead. You can take multiple hits and you'll be absolutely fine. Obviously on the easiest setting. On the difficult setting, most difficult setting, then you'll only take a few hits and you'll be completely gone. But yeah, what a cracking game this is. It is probably a little bit on the short side. I think by all accounts you can probably complete it within about an hour. But I found it a bit tricky. I got stuck at a few bosses later in the game, so maybe it'll take a little bit longer. And again, you can replay through the game on a more difficult setting, which I'll probably recommend after you've done it on easy, if you've done this like me, that is. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's really cool, and it's a nice change from the other game that's on the collection as well. It's an excellent game.
That's it. Release. That's it. That's it. Release. That's it. That's it. Release. Release. That's it. That's it.
So on to my final thoughts on this dual cart. I think it's fantastic. I really think they're both excellent games. Both are very, very different. Although obviously if you don't like these type of games, then you will have nothing to get from this cart at all. But if you have enjoyed what you've seen, then you will love it. It will work well on the Super Pocket as well if you're interested in that. It will also be fantastic on your Evercade Alpha, especially the arcade style game that we're looking at now, Metal Dragon. It works perfectly. It almost feels like it was meant for the Evercade Alpha. It works that well. Hopefully we will see some more from Kai Magazine software. I would have liked to have seen Life on Earth on this cart as well to give it a little bit extra value, but these games are about 60 quid to buy if you want the physical Genesis versions, and if you want to have a look on Steam, I think Life on Mars is about $13.99, so perhaps we're getting enough value here anyway. But both are great games and this is an excellent cart, definitely one that you should buy.